Correct. Prices would in fact go up. Prices on all kinds of stuff would go through the roof. But your debt wouldn't. There's two things that wouldn't happen. Your debt wouldn't go up any higher because your debt is a fixed number and you pay that off faster. That's first. Second is that the big companies that are out there, they're the ones that are more susceptible to minimum wage increases than any of the small businesses. Because again, I say this as a small business owner myself, small businesses have what's called small business privilege. Now, big businesses don't like this, but small business privilege is when small businesses say, well, I can just pay you under the table. So yeah, maybe the minimum wage goes to $150 an hour, and that's what I'll pay you is $150 an hour, but I'm not going to collect any taxes on any of that because I don't care. I'm just going to pay you in cash. Well, that wipes out about $100 an hour, somewhere between $50 and $100 an hour on the back end that isn't going to all of the parasites. So that big businesses can't get around that. Big businesses can't get around the parasites. They have to do all the paperwork and the parasitic activity. That's why they want to. That's how that works. You're like, well, but Axel, that's criminal. I don't care, dude. Come on. I mean, you're talking to a career criminal, dude. I don't care what's legal and what's legal. I don't give a fuck about the pigs, dude. Fuck the pigs. Fuck the IRS. Fuck the government. Fuck all these people, dude. And the military while you're about it too, all those fucking parasites, and all the illegals and all that. If you can go right down the list of all the fucking parasites of the working class people in America. In other words, the Americans who do all the fucking work. You can go right down the goddamn list, and virtually every one of these motherfuckers are just parasites, illegals, government, bankers, insurance premiums, fucking military, pigs, on and on. They're just fucking parasites. So no, I don't give a fuck about any of those people. So in small business, you can just go around all that. Plus, in small business, you don't have to necessarily raise your prices as high. Because remember, if you're paying off your debt faster and then your debt, remember those companies, their debts are much bigger, much bigger. So yeah, it does that. The added bonus is that, and it, by the way, don't misunderstand when I do videos like this kind of stuff. The one that I'm responding to, don't misunderstand this and say that I'm presenting this as a solution to poverty. I'm not. Just raising wages is not a solution to poverty. It collapses the dollar. It collapses the Ponzi scheme. There's no solution to poverty, just so you know. I mean, everybody out there is looking for it. It's why my channel's not very popular with anybody, because I tell them the truth. I tell both the Marxists and the capitalists the truth, and both Marxists and capitalists fucking hate me because I tell both sides the truth. Neither one of them have a solution to these problems. They just don't. Both, from what I've seen with modern day so-called capitalism, it has central banking. So does Marxism, so does communism, so does socialism, so does National Socialism, so do any of those other systems. These are just systems of management. These aren't economic systems. They're systems of management. That's all they are. And they don't have a solution for these kinds of things because every system requires, somebody on the bottom to be paid less money than somebody else. And then, that's just how this game is played. In a hard money economy, which is why they fucking hate me. In a true hard money economy, all those people on the bottom that maintain all that shit and do all the fucking work make all the money. That's just how it is. It inverts the pyramid. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question. But no, it's not a solution to poverty. It's just to get rid of fiat currency and then go back to hard currency, because in hard currency environment, all the parasites go back to being what they were, thieves and beggars. The same thieves and beggars that have always plagued people doing all the work. Go watch Seven Samurai. Go watch Seven Samurai. It's always the same story. The same thieves and beggars turn into wild bandit, groups of bandits who go around and plague people until people finally figure out how to stand up for themselves and deal decisively with every last one of them.